Tobias Harris.
Good transition.
if you guys know. What are you expecting out of Uncle T this year?
Man, I want Uncle T to stay healthy, right? He's still the only player, he's still the only wing that you can reliably say can dribble, pass, and shoot for the Pistons. And if he doesn't play, like things get gnarly, like rotation wise, like really quickly. And so I want him to play like 75 games again. Continue to shoot the ball well. My hope is that like they don't have to like he plays all those games, but they're not like leaning on him to contribute like offensively like all the time in a way that like it felt like for the first half of the season, like if Cade wasn't playing, it was like, hey, like Malik make some threes or like Tobias like post up on the left block, right? Like those were the only two like offensive options. And my hope is that they don't have to do that for him anymore. Like it's a mismatch thing, you can exploit it, but it's not something that like you need to like wear him down for 75 games a year. And then defensively, like I presume he's going to be older. It's like maybe a little bit worse defensively. I'd like to see again like more of an effort on the defensive glass. He surprised me in that area last year, so I just want to like reiterate that like that's a thing that I want to see him focus on again this year. And then yeah, maybe it's like maybe help Jaden Ivey out every once in a while. Maybe take some matchups so that Asar doesn't have to guard like everybody all the time, right?
Yeah,
would be nice. But yeah, no, I think it's a real blessing to have Tobias here and like such a rock steady like veteran role for this team, because like I was looking at this roster and it's like, man, like if he's not here, like they really just like don't have another guy like him in a way that like really is damaging for the team. So yeah, just keep being yourself, Uncle T.
Yeah, I mean, to your point, like I think a lot of Pistons fans are looking at Tobias, and obviously, like what he did last season, I didn't expect him to rebound the basketball like he did. I was just kind of expecting maybe like 14 and 6 a night and some pretty good shooting splits. But like the rebounding, I thought was really crucial. And when he was injured towards the end of the season, you really saw his impact just on the glass, because it seemed like no one like. Obviously, this team is still young and they're still learning how to, win basketball games together collectively. But I think you see his veteran leadership out there. I know in the beginning of the year, like he wasn't really leaned on as much to score. And I know a lot of Pistons fans were like, I can't believe we paid all this guy this money and he's not producing. Because I remember looking at the box scores and it'd be like, 2 for 11, maybe 6 points here and there, a couple rebounds. But I felt like once Jaden Ivey went down, he really picked up his game.
He did. Yeah.
He kind of, became that pillar or that safety blanket for K to go to. To your point, I agree with you. I don't really think they should like rely on him as much as they did last year. Try to see if, the younger guys can take a step in a direction, or maybe, Karis LeVert kind of finds himself in that role as more of that go-to scorer. But my ultimate dream for Tobias Laz is I want him to, after his contract's up, assuming they don't make any crazy trades, is I want to see him play that Al Horford role. I want to see him come off the bench, be that backup power forward, and maybe you feel Asar is the long-term power forward on this team. Maybe you trade for one or maybe you sign one, but just his impact as a veteran on the court and then the leadership off the court, I think you can't really put a price tag on it.
Yeah, as a culture setter, right? Which is like he played here, but he didn't play here for long. And like last year, he fulfilled a really important role for this team, but like that was his first year playing for the Pistons in like 5 years. But I like the Al Horford comparison as like a steadying presence who you can rely on to actually like do things on both sides of the ball as well.
Yeah, we got Rod Berger on Facebook saying future front office guy as well. I mean, hey man, like Dwayne Casey got a roll. Why not Tobias when he's all done? You never know.
No, Tobias is a landlord, man. He's building apartment buildings with his brother out in California. I don't know if he's got time to be at the front office when he's done.
And I was watching a podcast, speaking of landlords, apparently like Isaiah Stewart, once he got his extension, he bought a bunch of I guess like an apartment building in like Rochester, New York, where he's from. And his dad said, "Oh yeah, I'd love to do that. Like I'd love to be a landlord." So dude just like bought like an apartment building and then told his dad's like, hey, like, you can be a landlord now. He's like, oh, I don't want to do that. This dude's like, well, what am I going to do with all this?
Oh no, New York real estate mogul Isaiah Stewart. I didn't see that one coming.
Bro, like his Instagram stories, like he's built like a farm, like planting trees. Like he's just living the good life right now.
Yeah, that's dope though. It's like because he's in Jamaica, I think, like where his family's from.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, okay, that's pretty cool, right? Just like be on the beach, like making your own like property and stuff. That's the dream.
Transition into Jalen Duren. I feel like I've been really harsh on him. I
Mhm.
don't know about you. I was really harsh on him like first 25 games of the season, but kind of picked it up once Asar came back. Don't know if that was his effort or Asar's effort. But what are your expectations for him coming into this season?
Yeah. I noticed much the same thing, and I think you can chalk that up to like a little bit of column A and a little bit of column B. I think it's easier to give max effort or give something approaching max effort on the defensive end when you have a guy like Asar out there in front of you, like making stuff happen. I think it's harder to do that if it's like you're relying on Tim Hardaway Jr. and Jaden Ivey and Malik Beasley and Cade Cunningham to stop dribble penetration all the time. I think the big thing I noticed last year from JD was his comfort level defending like regular non-spacing bigs. I thought he got a
Mhm.
lot better at that, led a lot better at like hand placement and body placement in the pick and roll, as long as he's like defending, if he's like moving backwards and like kind of in drop. Um, Doing a good job like a cat and mouse game, defending the ball handler, defending the roller as well, and just like shutting down the pick and roll and like giving his guys time to recover and like cut off the ball handlers and stuff. I thought he did a really good job of that. It was really apparent to me how much more comfortable he was defending Mitchell Robinson than Karl Anthony Towns
Oh
in the
yeah.
playoff series. Um, so like I'd like to see like that continue, and obviously the next step is to get better at get more comfortable at defending in space, get more comfortable defending stretch bigs. Offensively, I was a little surprised when I looked at the numbers. Like his scoring went down, and so
Mhm.
you'd like to see the scoring kind of tick back up. He also shot a lot worse from the free throw line, and like he was a really good free throw shooter in year two. And I didn't think he did anything like differently from a form perspective. So it's like, yeah, get back to like close to 80% from the line, JD. That would be good. And then yeah, get up to like I so at times last year, I really so especially during the Monty year, I got really frustrated with JD because it felt like at times there was a lot of like, it's like, well, nobody else has anything going. Like, I'll just take the ball from the free throw line and do like a HB dive and like I'll see what I can do. And JB did a great job cutting a lot of that stuff out and turning those into like dribble handoffs or pick and rolls for the ball handlers. But I do think like now that he's more mature, I think there's a level to like reintroduce a little bit of that stuff just to make sure that the defense isn't always keying in on the guards as ball handlers, right? JD's quick enough and got like decent touch in like the mid range. There's enough room I think for JD to like give the ball, like fake a handoff, get to the middle, like get a floater going, and like get some points that way. And I'd like to see a little bit more of offensive diversity, like in his game. I that sounds because like I was so critical like 2 years ago of what he was doing, and now it's like no, it's like but that's like as you build trust and like as you show
Mhm.
effectiveness on the defensive end and like as I believe like okay like I know that you can like just do this regular thing at a baseline level, you start to build on top of that. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at for JD going into this season.
Are you buying into the jump shot, the mid-range jump shot that he's working on this summer?
I mean, he's practicing it. I'd come in before the games. I see him warm up. Like he is taking those mid range jumpers. Um, I don't know how valuable 18-foot jumpers are in today's NBA. Catch and shoot 18-foot jumpers. Um, my thing would be like if you can turn those into better free throw percentage, like great. Um, if you like hit one in the first quarter, like great. But I don't. That should not be a source of consistent offense for Jalen Duren.
Yeah, I know. I saw a lot of Pistons because I had posted the video. The guy he's working with, the guard whisperer, he had
Oh, he's
sent
working
me.
with Simpless, Olin
Yeah,
Simpless.
yeah,
Okay. That's
So
interesting.
he's working with him and Evan Mobley like a lot this summer. So it made me think like he's showcasing his jump shot a lot, and even Stu is kind of like posted as well. So it just has me thinking like, is that something that the Pistons want to explore more? Do they tease us with the two big lineup again? Because we always kind of talk about not having a power forward. I was like, are they just gonna like kind of
We're going back to Stu at power forward.
yeah, are they gonna pull the Joker card out and then like we don't have a power forward issue anymore? But I mean, I think everything you said about Jalen Duren, I've kind of had the same opinions. Like during the Monty year, his stats look so inflated. You're like, wow, 80% from the free throw line, putting up some good stats. This year, it's just like at one point he was only shooting 50% from the free throw line. It picked up a little bit. I thought the form looked very similar. I don't know if it was like maybe he's more of a rhythm guy where like if he's not getting a whole lot of touches,
Mhm.
maybe the ball's not going in. Because I know some guys are like that. Like if they need like 15 shots and if they don't get 15 shots, they're like three for I don't know 9 that game. They don't get their 15, but um yeah, offensively, I think there's a lot of things that I like that he does. I think he's gotten a whole lot better at dribble handoffs. Interested to see if he gets better because Duncan Robinson worked with Bam Adebayo a lot. Maybe Duncan can help him get better at those DHOs. Defensively, it's just those stretch fives are his kryptonite. Like
Yeah.
we got to see Miles Turner 4 times a year again because he's with the Bucks. Like Miles Turner's a lot more agile
No
than
more Brook
those.
Lopez. Only Brook Lopez twice a year.
Man, yeah, the Clippers offseason is just like the unction, if you ask me. They're so old, man. They're so old.
Yeah, they really are.
But yeah, the stretch fives is obviously his kryptonite. I thought he got a little bit better, a little bit more disciplined. But to your point, like when he's just playing like a non, face up big, he's great. Like I thought when he was going up against Nick Claxton with the Brooklyn Nets, I thought he did like a phenomenal job just protecting the rim and
Mhm.
being switchable and communicating. But like I think the next step for him defensively is just be more locked in. Like I know Trajan had mentioned it, like, last 50 games of the season, he was great. First 25, like not so much. So hopefully we get locked in JD and not like kind of like not paying attention JD because that's what I was kind of calling him. Because like 1 minute, like he's locked in, next minute he's just like looking, he's like, oh, that was on me,
Yeah.
my bad, Cade. And Cade's like, dude, what the hell are you doing? But I feel like he's kind of like in the Jaden Ivey situation, especially with like the contract years. Like if you want a big boy contract, you're probably going to have to like put it all together, assuming they don't give him one over the next
Mhm.
month.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's easier for me to see how both from a like this is what other comparable players get paid version and like a you kind of fit here long term. Like it's easier for me to see how he gets an extension than Jaden Ivey, but I do think it's just like up in the air for both of them right now.